Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Health and Wellness Tips. I am Robert Landau, Live Life Well TV host, and somebody is back with us, and I'm so glad she is. You might remember, if you have been watching previous episodes, and I hope you have, and if you haven't, please do, of this show, Maryanne Murphy, who is the Community Engagement Manager for a wonderful company called Dispatch Health. Maryanne, welcome back.
Thank you, Robert, so much for allowing me to come back and talk with you about different health topics that, impact our daily life. I'm excited to be back and obviously to see you, my old friend. You're looking glorious as ever.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. I will say the same about you. Maryanne, before we even get into today's topic, by the way, which is, and I love this title, it is Napping the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. You know, it sounds like a title of a Clint Eastwood film or something. It's just brilliant. But before we even go there, because I know you have a lot of very important information to share about that topic, briefly tell us a little bit about Dispatch Health, the incredible company that you represent.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, so Dispatch Health is an urgent care model. We send clinicians, a nurse practitioner, along with an EMT to the home and treat for acute care needs to avoid an ER visit. So if you're experiencing something that is not life-threatening or time-sensitive, you can give us a call and we'll send our clinical team, a nurse practitioner, along with an EMT, to your home and treat you in the comfort and convenience of your home. We're open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week. So if you have a laceration, an upper respiratory, possibly urinary tract infection, or just feeling a little, funky, we can come out and take care of you. And again, send those clinical notes back to your primary care physician at the end of our visit so that they can check on you the next following day if you're not able to get in with them.
So really, it's an emergency room alternative. So if I'm really not feeling well and I'm in my apartment, I'm at my house, and I don't know if I really want to go to the emergency room because I'm not exactly sure what the problem is, and I don't want to overdo it, but at the same time, I don't want to underdo it, then I would give Dispatch Health a call, and then what would happen?
So once you give us a call, we're going to take your insurance information, some of your basic demographics, and then dive into your chief medical complaints, so the reason you're calling that day. And go through about a 5 to 10 questionnaire based on your signs and symptoms to make sure that what you're experiencing is appropriate to be seen at home. We are never assigned a team if what you're experiencing is something life-threatening or time sensitive. Our goal is to get to patients in 2 hours or under. We average about an hour and a half till we're on scene. And then we spend 45 to 55 minutes with you to make sure we're treating the diagnosis and the chief complaint the first time appropriately. That way you're not seeing this revolving door that you tend to see in the ER. And that way you also get to be in the comfort and convenience of your home, which means you're more physically and mentally relaxed, which means you're taking treatment in better.
I love it. So you guys, Dispatch Health, decides if I should get to the emergency room right away, or in lieu of that, you would send a doctor over to my house to diagnose and help me, and then my regular physician would get a record of the transaction and what happened and so on and so forth. I mean, that's really a win-win situation. It's a much needed service for everybody. I don't care how old you are. It's very important. I'm glad Dispatch Health is around.
Oh, absolutely. I love it. I've got a 5-year-old at home and she tends to get ear infections every year around the same time in the spring. And we utilize Dispatch Health for her, or, if I'm feeling a little crummy, or, I think it might be towards the flu season and I just want confirmation that it's not the flu, they can come out and test for the flu. And we carry a small pharmacy with us, so we can actually administer first dose antibiotics right there on site, which means right in your home, first dose antibiotics to get you on the road to recovery, and then send that script to wherever you prefer to pick up your pharmacy.
I love it. So now let's get to the topic at hand again. I love the title, Napping the Good, the bad, the ugly. And I don't mean to make fun of that topic, because actually it's a very important topic and can also be a very serious topic. Let's start out with this, Maryanne. Why is napping so important?
Absolutely. Well, napping is important because sometimes your body is trying to fight off an illness. Sometimes it is just you're mentally exhausted and you need a chance to reboot and recharge. And sometimes it's a comfort thing, if you're going through a stressful time, or if you've lost a loved one, sometimes it's a coping mechanism as you nap throughout the day. And again, it's not always a bad thing. When you see young children napping, it's because they're growing and they need that time, to continue to grow, and also it just helps. As we get older, we don't need to nap as often, but there are those times in life where it is good for our bodies to rest, nap, and recharge.
Yes, I mean, I know when I don't get enough sleep, which tends to happen quite often, as I'll be reading a book, in the afternoon after the night of not good sleep. I'll just, all of a sudden feel myself starting to nod off. So under those circumstances, it sounds like my body is telling me, hey, you didn't sleep well last night. How about catching up a little bit now, correct?
Absolutely, yes. Sleep is really important for our body to be able to work appropriately, for our immune systems to work appropriately, for us to fight off anything that might be coming our way. And if you're not getting a good night's sleep, and you're napping consistently every day, that's something that you need to bring up to your primary care physician, because sometimes sometimes it's something you ate at night and you're just kind of tossing and turning, so you take a nap. Or you didn't get a lot of sleep the night before and you're taking a nap. On those occasions and instances, it's okay to take a nap. Where it really becomes something a little more serious is when you're feeling lethargic and you continue to nap day in and day out on a consistent basis. There's probably something underlying that you might want to address with your primary care physician. And so those are the differences. It's good to take a nap when you haven't had a good night's sleep, and it's good to take a nap if after Turkey Day and Thanksgiving, and you've eaten too much turkey. That's okay. That's totally normal. Or I don't know, for me, if you curled up with a good book and you've got the sun kind of on you and you just kind of doze off, on those occasions, those instances, it's totally normal and healthy.
So I hear what you're saying. That's very important, right? The body needs rest, because if the body doesn't get rest, all kinds of other issues could start to make themselves known. So here's my next question. How can one tell when napping might indicate something deeper, that it's not just because I didn't get a good night's sleep, but say over 4 days now, I'm noticing that I just feel so exhausted and I have to stop what I'm doing and take a nap, and the nap lasts a while and I don't feel much better after I wake up.
You literally just took the words out of my mouth, is that noticing how your body is changing when you're going before you start napping and after you nap. So if you're seeing that constant lethargy that you're saying, you're feeling lethargic before you're so exhausted you can't do anything else and you just have to rest, and that's consistent over the next few days, that is an indication that you're probably fighting something off, or there's something underlying going on, and that's something that you need to address either with dispatch help with an urgent care or your primary care physician. Of course, your first person to go to should be your primary care physician and say, I just feel exhausted all the time. That's not a normal sign to feel that constant exhaustion. It could be, vitamin deficiency all the way to, being dehydrated. We're in the middle of summer right now. So if you're not getting enough fluids, you could be dehydrated. And that's also, could be what's contributing to feeling exhausted. You could be fighting off a virus or a little bug. When we come in contact with people, or even just out and about for a brief second, even haven't even contacted people, sometimes you can pick up little bugs. So it's important to know your body and to know when it's not acting normal. So if you're having a nap and you're napping for quite a long time every day, that is a sign and concern that there might be something else going on. So I say if it's consistent for 2 to 3 days, it's something to approach your primary care physician. But if you recognize internally that something's going on, please address it immediately, because you know your body better than anybody else. And that's what I always recommend. So the first sign of something that's out of the normal for you, contact your primary care physician or dispatch health, because again, you know your body better than anyone else. And also, if you've lost a spouse, if you've lost a loved one, if you've lost a pet, sometimes our depression can cause us to feel a little more lethargic, to make us a little more tired. Napping is something comforting, kind of removes us from reality. So we have to be cognizant of treading that fine line between what is normal and what could be a possibly clinical depression. And it's okay to seek help. It's okay to reach out to your primary care physician and ask for help. And whether that is therapy and counseling and talking about it, whether that's a natural remedy, or if it's medication, it is okay. The best thing you can do is seek help and acknowledge that first and foremost.
I love that. Really, on what could be considered such a light topic, it's actually a very important one at the same time. I love everything you said, Maryanne. Each and every bit of information concerning that you shared with us is extremely important, as you also said, check with your primary physician or dispatch health if you feel that napping might be a message from your body that something might just be a little off. Our bodies are amazing creations. They're amazing pieces of work, and they will communicate to us when things are great and when things are not so great. But then it's up to us to take the message, particularly if things aren't so great, and then do something about it. We are never in this alone. There's help every step of the way, but we have to remember to speak up and get the help, even if it's just a concern, a question. Go to an authority figure and get the answers that you need for napping, if it is something that may not be a natural thing. So before we close, Maryanne, anything else that you'd like to share with us concerning this really important topic?
Just that it's okay to nap if you feel that it's necessary every once in a while. It's okay to doze off and read a book if you're in a really comfortable spot. The best thing to do is check in with yourself internally and really reevaluate if you're having the consistent need to nap, and definitely seek help, because you're not alone. Reach out to your primary care physician, or if you're feeling that constant lag and feeling lethargic, please don't wait. Seek help, ask for help, call dispatch health, call your primary care physician and get that. And most importantly, stay safe and stay healthy.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Maryanne. This was Maryanne Murphy, Community Engagement Manager with Dispatch. Oh.
Robert?
Oh,
Robert,
sorry.
you okay?
Sorry. Yeah, no. I was actually just about to take a nap. Nothing personal, nothing personal. And I don't mean to make light of the topic. You know what? Once a clown, always a clown. I mean, give me a break. I was an actor in New York City, then a cruise director and a motivational speaker.
Oh, yeah.
Now, hey, you got to have fun. But
Exactly. And on Turkey Day, it is important for us to take a nap. Our digestive tract really needs that at the end of the day. So.
Well, yeah, and not only on Turkey Day, I mean, sometimes, when I'm out with friends and I eat one too many courses, wow, my body's going, oh man, why did you do this to me? When you get home, get some rest, take a nap, So very good advice, Maryanne. And thank you so much for being here with us. This has been Robert Landau, Live Life Well TV host, with another episode of Health and Wellness Tips. We'll see you on the next episode. Thanks, everybody. Nap well.